have any the struggle to learn the programming. So we just firstly go through it in which way we can make it easy to connect the Primavera with this. I think the most of you are working with the Primavera, so you are able to and connect yourselves to how much the programs works well to ease our work compared with the manual entering and manual applications. And after that, I try to create some synthetic data about that contractor's performance a particular department, and we try to connect it the how we can make the data analysis on those. So I already shared the four datas. For the first data, we just download for the tutorial one data and upload it into the one folder, and then you just make the one folder here in one folder in here, and after that you try to connect it. Let me please wait, some technical errors are there to connect my another computer to give some examples.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, thank you for all participating today's event. Today is not the big lecture. We try to make it how we can do the automation by doing is the Primavera to update the WBS and update the activities. You may know that the Primavera is one of the versatile tools where it has a lot of ways to input the data that whether
You can get my voice, no? In this video. You can get my voice, isn't it? Can anyone? Yes, thank you.
take it out the data and do the machine learning and data analyzing and a lot of stuff. We can do that. And this project I did for one of my clients who approached me to make the automated solutions where BOQ is the base. To make the BOQ data is feedable and to insert those things directly to the Primavera P6. So I always say that the construction industry no more the construction industry what we have thought. It is now being approached in different directions that the completing the project, not the completing the project. It's like the lean management and all other management stuff comes up and the emphasizing.
I think I checked my two devices. The video also able to broadcasting. I think if someone else complaining, the video might be cannot hear the video properly too. So that means that you can unable to hear the voice or the video. What's wrong? Cannot hear the video properly. I think can anyone comments? Can you go with these videos and audio properly? Ruchitra, Anushka Ruchitra, how about you? Can you hear it? Can't. No, not.
That optimize the material and labor usages and optimize the sustainability and maximize the profitability. So to maximize the profit and optimize the resource allocation, so we need to get rid of the uncertainties. The reduction of the uncertainties majorly rely on how efficiently we can do the planning or scheduling. So the Primavera is playing a major role in scheduling the activities. The problem is what? We need a lot of manual works at initial time. So the BOQ cannot be feed directly to that. So you know that you can name it that firstly we want to find the WBS and find the parent name of the WBS. And after that we can import to that P6 and then we want to export that for the activities and activities WBS should be found and activities name should be given. It takes at least 1 month for completing the big project. So it's one of the projects from the Qatar. From my client, and we try to make some automations to connect these to BOQ and P6 without doing any intermediate data handling. So let's go through it. It's only focusing on that feeding part, but the magnificence of the Primavera is not on the feeding part, it's the output, how that the data can be manipulated, how it can be presented, is a different one. We can cover it in the evening sessions. For all the ones who are participating in these morning sessions, we try to target this new program, and later we will come with you one by one to explain the program which I developed. Thank you. Good morning all to participate today in the premier session, so where we try to make one automated process of how we can import the activities and WBS with the BOQ. So BOQ is the most structured data, and first thing what we want to do that we want to find which way the BOQ to be modified. Here you can see that select all. So where we can find it that the WBS level and the activities. WBS levels are indicating that if it is completed, it's the first WBS level, and the zone wise, that the first flow completing, second flow completing, that might be the second or third WBS level, the completing that columns, which having the quantity, which may considering as activities. So in here, the WBS levels and activities are there, and we just try to eliminate all other parts like the quantities as well as the rate and the bound, we try to avoid it. But if we can include that quantity, we can connect that with the HSR or BSR, we're able to connect the resources also here. But in these sessions, we're only targeting how can we automate by this file to the Primavera basics. Okay, so that's why we just eliminating those details to reduce the complexity. The first thing what we want to do is very simple. We just go with the new file, create the new file for our new project. So activity is a project name is the new project 12. We just make it. How can we make the name? New project. So the automated WBS and activities. Okay, and next, don't worry much. Next, finish. Congratulations. Okay, so in here, it is what the new project what we are opening now, and just we open the project. So we want to find one base to create the project. So we, as usual, we just export it here. Congratulations. Okay, so in here, it is what the new project what we are opening now, and just we open the project.
So I just broadcasting through my another laptop. It seems to be you are able to hear. No? If not, I think it might be the internet issues.
Want to find one base to create the project. So we, as usual, we just export it here, project, yes, of course, and we direct the directions. Whereas the directions, we just make the Primavera Python folder as a 12 WBS. Whereas no file is there, we just save it. Finish it. So if you go to that particular file, what are the two files are there? What are the two files? One is the BOQ, modified BOQ, name it WBS, level, and the activities. And second one is that the base file, import XER file, import from the P6. Then we make one automation Python program where we just try to WBS activities number. We just run it. It asking, please, where is the BOQ, modified BOQ? So it's an automated 12 WBS. We just take it. That's all. And it's asking the browse the P6 file. The base file is where we just make the browse the base file and make it the WBS XER file. It says it's already created. So if you check it in here, we can see that the new project 12 is updated. So then what we can do that, you can go here and import P6 W6 project. Of course, you can see that update. No? We want to update the WBS. So this one is already created in our program. So we just open it and next, finish. Rather than you are doing identifying the parent columns and all the manual activities, just clicking 2-3, you can get all the data from that BOQ. What is the next one is to upload activities. To upload activities at the normal default ways, what we want to import this again, export this again, and find the WBS number and be using the V loop. And this very huge amount of the intermediate data handling is required. But when we can do that, the same program, it has update the activities. So in this, the BOQ and the XER file, it's able to find that in which way the WBS should be named and in which way the activities should be named. According to that, it's able to prepare. Only one click. Okay, it's created. Where what we can find it in here 12. There is a new project activities comes up. The spread file comes up. What we can do it again? We can go there and import it. What you want to import? Spread file. Next. Spread file. No. Next. You just select the which one you want to import. In here we name it desktop Primavera Python, and these are 12 We have the new activities which created by our program, and open it. Next, import and we want to guide it in which project it should be uploaded. Next, activity should be uploaded. Next, finish. It will take time. I think the more than 1,000 activities are uploading, so it will take time. Okay. So if you know this, the Primavera, if you are working with the Primavera, you know that how many steps we are jumps up. But you want to do that, you want to prepare the initial file, and after that you want to take it out all the WBS file, and then you want to make the parent columns, and after that parent column, you want to name that parent columns and upload it to the P6. Again, you want to export it to find in which way the WBS name, and then according to that, you want to make the new activity names and WBS code, and it's 1,000 projects. Can you imagine that? You use the VLOOP and all the stuff, and after that you find the activities, and then you want to export it to the P6. It's shortcutting more than 20 steps. We just jump up the Excel to jump up to the P6. So I always say to my students that the P6 is one of the versatile tool. If you're able to use this data analysis and automations, you can do a lot of things in that. So in this workflow, you can find it how easily we can bridge this gap happening. It's the basic headache for all of the planning engineers for years and years. But with the small understanding and the knowledge on this Python programming, we are able to bridge that gap. So, but I advise to my students who are coming and asking that which way we can get the prosperous the career path is always with the automations and pay more attention on programming and try to connect to the civil engineering projects, because the civil engineering projects has a lot of lacuna, a lot of areas where these automation can be applied. So in this project, we are targeting to introducing this data analysis and automation process to bridging this gap, find the solutions for these issues, and stay connected. We will discuss the advanced things in data analysis in later part in our output.
How many of them are? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. How many of them are involving in the Primavera? I think most of them are working engineer. I think the can you type some of them who are involved as a yes? Can anyone? Is there anyone involving in Primavera for their planning activities? At least in Gulf or somewhere? None of them. It should know. It should have to. If it is 50 engineers, at least 20 engineers should have involved in a Primavera. So are you there and available? Can I call some names? And Nisal, are you there? Available? I think it should be interactive. I think you have to start. I think we can go with that little detail, the Premvira planning. So if you are interested on these, and some of them are involving in these Premvira related activities, who can connect this? What's the actual core we are discussing about? Anyone here with the Premvira's knowledge and at least using at their undergraduate studies? Is there anyone who used this Premvira as their undergraduate studies? Okay. Most of them are undergraduate study might be at our time it was the MS project. I think the one who used this as undergraduate might be the very youngest one, might be the just pass out, of course. The Premvira, you know that the initial step and initial setup is the one of the most problematic one. So to get into the Premvira, we have to do a lot of manual activities, and after that only you are able to go through that the Premvira. That is a big hurdle to pass. So at the time, one client approached me to do these automations by using the Python, but which I created. Sir, I'm at Lakes. I will call you back, sir. Yeah, yes. Okay, sir. So who approached me to do some automations to the bridging this problem to make it so a lot of manual activities and manual things are always subjected to the several human errors. So that's how we make some bridgings in between, but it which I created 6 months before. But within this 6 month, cloud encroach and cloud having the very huge difference. Now we can connect the cloud directly to the. We can connect the cloud directly to the Premvira. So what we can see that we no need to go this much the very complicated program now. We can do the cloud coding and directly connect to the Premvira. So which is most and very advanced easy step to compare with this one, but we can do a lot of things in by using the the cloud. So now we just go for that the data analysis. What's the data analysis? Of course, in at this moment we are blessed with the data. No? We have a lot of data. In a construction industry, we have a lot of data. We have the data of the rainfall, we have the data of our productions, we have the data of the labor's involvement, we have the data about how the progress moving and what phase it's moving around and what's the sequence of the works are coming around, and we have a lot of data we have in our hand. How to deal with the data is a big important to take the well informed decision in the future. So in here we try to make it one data. So the how the pandas can be used to be a data analysis tool is the very fundamental. And firstly you're opening the Jupyter notebook. So if you are doing that in the same in Colab, and if you are doing same thing in VS Code, if you can do same thing in Copilot, you can do same thing in Cursor, you can do same thing in Anaconda, wherever you can do it. But I choose the Jupyter because you are much familiar with the Jupyter, and not selecting the Copilot. Colab, why the Colab we are easily doing that the vibe coding, so I try to avoid the vibe coding this time, and I try to introduce the real coding, the way we thought and the way we learn 5 years before this LLM comes. So we make one heading. So in here there is the, you can see my slide. So it is the markdown. Markdown mean if you are making any heading and if you are making anything, we call it as a markdown. Markdown, if you are starting with the one hashtag, it's the main heading. So if you are making the two hashtag, it's a subheading. So according to that, the sizes will be arranged. So firstly we just make the name, and after that we have the libraries. There are a lot of libraries are there. Libraries are creating some data programming or algorithm according to which we can use them and easily to do our work. We can do the same thing with the Python basic. But at the Python basic we can do as same thing. But in here they develop some tools. Most of these tools are developed in a C++. If it is C++, what's happened? It's very easy and very fastest language in the modern era. It is the direct codifying the language which can easily talk to your computer. Python is the interpreted language. What will happens? Firstly, it will go through the interpreter. It will translate to that code language. So it will take the time. So the most of these libraries written by the professionals by the C++. So then by using this we can make them fast. Okay. So first libraries. What's the first libraries? Panda. Pandas is for the data frame, data analysis and all other things. You definitely know those things earlier things. NumPy also you definitely know that, and the Dr. Pasindu may introduce that about the NumPy and NP. You know that it's also one of the tool having the data arrays. And Matplotlib also you may know that that is the graphs and drawings and a graphical interface and all other things. We can use it the Matplotlib as a PLT, and Cburn also we can download it, and we already downloaded. We just imported here as a tool while you are doing one work. So you are inviting to have the one carpentry works. What are the tools you will bring? Hammer, saw, nail, and all other tools you will bring it at advance. You know that the work will have these requirement of using these tools. Likewise, if you are going for the masonry works or the mason works, what are the tools you will bring? Relevant tools you will bring. You are expecting these tools want to use in our work. So we just install and we just import that. We already downloaded, we have it, and we put it on our bag and bring it to do the works. The second thing, we try to load the data. So in which way we can load the data? We try to load the data, the construction project 12 months, CSV. Do you have that data? You should answer it. At least 2-3 of them should answer it. Then only I can feel it. I'm with the humans, not with the virtual screen. Yes, okay. So let's load it. How can we load it? If you are doing the comments, we just make the hash. We can say that load 12. I just going with you the face by face. So if you have any issues, you just stop me, and if any errors comes up, let's find it. What's the problem? Project data set. So and we can how can we make it? We just take it project name. We just name the project 12 month equal to how we can read PD read. In our thing is a CSV, isn't it? PADF CSV, and we can make the construction projects 12 months dot CSV. So we just take out all the datas from the, so we just make it what the projects. So in here we just make the projects 12 months dot head. Yes, we are able to download, we are able to showcase our data here. What this data says, that the several months, and what are the project types that particular company executing or executed, and what's the cost of that. The project type may have the building, irrigations, building, road, whatever it is, it may have. So we just call that and it will show the how many, the first 5 rows it normally call it. If you are calling that all the data, it will call all the data. Can you see that? So why we are calling the head, we try to understand what type of the data we have. So we commonly call it head. So if it is head, so if you are calling the head 10, what's that mean? Please show the 10 rows. If you are calling tail, what will happen? What you are calling the tile, it will happen. It will call the tile. The last data it will call. Okay. So, and after that we have another data. What's the another data for the tutorial one? What's the another data? What's the another data? I shared the two datas with the tutorial one. Can you share it? What's the another data? What I shared with you related to the construction, project management? Are you there? I think we should have some interactive sessions. 30 years record. Okay, thank you. So we have the another data. We don't know what the data it is. We have no idea. So firstly, what we want to do, that we try to download it or the import it to here. How can we download it? Load 30 years historical project data set. We make it one commons and we make the names like the projects. Always not give any space, it will create some issues in later. So we just make the space with the underscore and we make it pd dot read into CSV and what's the name of this construction construction 30 years. We have the 10,000 data here, 10,000 records dot CSV. So again we can call it that, what we can call it, the projects history dot head into construction projects, construction 30 years, 10,000 record records. So we can get that. We can able to read what we can able to read that particular data. What are the data it has? We have the 30 years data about our contractors who are working with us. I am RDA, I am irrigation, so I am the building department. I have the 30 years of the data, what type of the contractors we have, and where they will start the works, and when they have stopped finished the works. At the last column might be when they have finished the work, completion of the date, and at which city, which region, and which country they are from. So I just make it that the country is little bigger. So in Sri Lanka, I'm able to do it the 10,000 datas. What would be the project value, and what the area that particular projects are covering up, and completion date when, and project type. And project type, it have the letter of the project type it has. So how many of them able to load these two data files? So if you are responding it only, I will continue, otherwise I will leave. So it should be the interactivity. The session is not the for just getting the certificate. I think we should have some next sessions have some evaluations from the how the responses are comes. So can you anyone able to load these two datas in your the Jupyter? Yes. Okay, 30 years record loaded. Okay. So Mayuranki. So what's the IDM you are using? Jupyter or the Colab? Jupyter. Okay, that's good. That's good. So you can load the another one also in the same way. So you have the two datas at your files. So you can I will make it how I load the HSR and try to find the input indexes by using the Jupyter in databases. I will introduce it, but not connected with Anaconda. Okay, a Jupyter not connected with Anaconda. That's okay. No issue. In my case also I have some issues in the Anaconda. I'm unable to connect it. But if you are connecting that, you can get some the helps. Can you see that in here you can make type and you can get some fix the errors. So that's the benefits if you are able to connect it. Okay, that's good. So any of you able to connect these two data, because the programming is not the knowledge or the skills for the observers. You have to the dirt your the clothes, then only you are able to get the confidence on it. So that's normally says the 10,000 hours active hours in the computer only make them as a perfect programmer. So you have to involve a little bit into this, otherwise you can't enjoy this the magnificence of this programming. So then we can make it, and we want to get some the data about this, the information about the data we want to make it. So our next target is what we make the heading. How we make the heading? We make the make downs and make the subheading like the data info and structure. Second one, it will create the another column automatically where what we can type it. We want to find projects 12 month dot info. So we just call the info like this. what we are calling that, we try to get that what's that particular project is, what particular data frame is. This one is the project is a PD data frame. Why it's a PD data frame? We open it as a PD data frame here. So it's a PD data frame. It has the 24 entries, 0 to 23. That we our rows are named in which way? 0 1 2 3 4, not 1 2 3 4, 0 1 2 3 4. It's name it also 0 to 1 to 3. It has the 3 columns. So such a way it's mentioning. So then we want to we can call the infos of what? Projects history dot info. In info, not therefore info. Okay, then we can get it how many datas we have. We have the 10,000 datas. The columns are how many? 10 columns are there. First column is the contractor ID, contractor name, work commencement date, work city, region, country, project value, area, square meter, completion date, and project type. So what's the count? Non-null. There is every the rows of the field. There is no any missing values. If it is there any missing values, according to which we can take some decisions. Here there is no any missing values, so we can proceed further. And we can not only the info, we can ask the describe also. So sometimes the describes are having some so if you want to copy it, you want to shift it and copy, okay? Otherwise the copy has some issues. The last times they have changed those things. So describe. So then it will describe about the data. How can we describe how many data are there? It's a 24 data are there. Mean is what? Mean is what? The 15,000. Standard deviation is what? So it's the where in a 12 it has how many the columns are there? 3 columns are there. In here that which describe about the project cost, because that is the only one having the numbers. So if you are making the same thing for another one, it will give the describe several columns. For example, projects history dot describe. So it will describe that the contractor ID, how many counts are there, what's the mean, and this history counts will be what is the first column. It can be the describe. I hope that if you are making the second column's name here, the project type, the project value. Have you got it? We can make the project type descriptions, project value descriptions. What is the count and what is the unique, what is the top and frequency, and all other things. We are able to get it. The describe data, we able our one will describe it in which way it's organized, so we can get some better idea about that program. And after that, what we want to do, we try to do the data cleaning. What's the data cleaning? Sometimes the data are not available, sometimes our data are tortured or not with the standards values. What we want to do, we want to uniform all the data in the same way to make our the data in a regular forms. So firstly we make it, we want to find it how many missing values are there. So how many missing values are there? So can you come until these points, and we can give some time for you to go with and come until this point. At least 2 or 3 of them are finishing, and we can go with that. Can you come until this point? Okay. Okay, thank you. So we are recording who of them are responding. Okay. So it's definitely counting your marks and the way you are getting the certificate, of course. Thank you. Thank you for your messages. Of course, it's definitely counting at your time of delivering your marks. And what we can do that, the data cleaning. What the data cleaning we are do? So firstly, we want to find it how many the missing data are there. In which way we can make it? First the cleaning, what is check for missing data values in 12-month data. So what we can say that we just call it projects 12-month is null. Is null? Is there any data? Is null. Is null means whether we are asking is null, is there no any data? If so, what is the sum of it? So what's the meaning is, we are asking that how many rows are there with the null data. So he say that the month having the 0, project type have the 0, and project cost is the hit 0. What's that means? That in here, if we are here, it's not, the 14,000 is not there, it's not entered, it will say the project cost has the one null data. And here all of them are clear and perfect data, so we no need to worry, and we can go for the same thing with the project history and null. So same thing we can do it in the project history and null sum, and we can say that all of them are clean data, so then we don't need to worry about that. Another problem is here, the project history. These were the project history. So which value we are the mostly work with? The two values are there. What's that? Area square meter. This is one of the most important part. We want to do the data, and we try to analyze it with that data, and project value, isn't it? Both of them are the numbers. So if it is numbers, we can work on that. So we have to verify that data are in a numbers. Sometimes it may have the space, it may have the some other things. It can be identified as what the letters sometimes. So we have to ensure that whether that particular the data is the number. So these are the two of them are very important. One, we want to verify it whether it's numbers or not. How can we verify it? We just make the project history the same one, project history, and we call the column. How we can call the column? We just ask it the project value. Project value. So if you are making at the right hand side, what's that mean? You are making the new column. So we make the new column here with the clean. So we make the new column. That new columns comes up with the base of projects history. So if you are doing in the Anaconda, it will, if you are making the pro, it will suggesting you the project history or something. So that is the one of the advantage of that. Then the project value. So always you want to make that if you are mentioning something in the left hand side, you are defining that part. That is the new one. In the right hand side, you want to mention what the known one. In here, the project value we already define it in that data frame. The project value is here, and we make it str. We have the three type of the one. Normally, basically, we have the three type of the data are there. A string is there. A string is what? The names and all other things. String. The integer is there. Integers is the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Float is there. Float is 1, 1.1, 1.2, like that. That we can call it. So if there are any string, we want to remove the string. Okay. So if there are any string, please replace it. In which way we can replace it? If it is the dollar signs, please replace it. What type of the data we can replace it? If there are any blank one, please replace it. What else we can replace? We try to replace, firstly try to replace this one, and then if you want to replace some other things, you can make it str. Again you replace something. So in here, if it is the dollars mark, you just replace it with none. That's the meaning. In here, in this column, you just go one by one. If there are any dollar marks, please replace with none. If it is there any comma marks, sometimes we have the comma, no? In the third digits, we normally put the comma. If it is there comma, replace. If it is there any comma, so what you can say that if it is there any comma, replace which what? None. And after the replace, how we want to consider that data? As type, we want to consider as a float. What's the float? Float is the numbers with the decimals. We want to float is the float. The same things we want to make it in here, the another one. The project history, area of, what's the second one is? The area, square feet area. So the same thing we want to replace same manner. Area clean, project history, area square meter, is type string. Replace this one, and the lastly it should be the float one. Then we can make the project history. Project history. If we are calling the project history, how many columns will be there? How many columns will be there? This is a quiz, okay? We make the quiz. So today's one. How many columns are there if you are calling the project history? So assume it. Correct or wrong or correct, it will count the marks. How many columns are there? Earlier it has how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 11 columns were there. Now we are making some operations on that and we are trying to call it. How many columns will be there? Why same number? Okay, someone will say same number only one, so I will give that the 5 minutes. Even the correct or wrong, we are counting how many of them are. Who are the one responding? It's not replacing. How it's replacing? It will not replace. You are making the new one. The project value clean, new columns. You are making the new columns. How it replaced? You make the new columns and make the some new things. So then you just think about that. So you have two more minutes. You can respond it. We will until the 2 5. We are waiting. At least say the numbers. I don't know 1 2 3 4 5 whatever it is. So at least to give the signs the how many of them are actually listening. Yeah, 5. I like that. Okay. But we are working with the project history, not the project 12 months. If it is project 12 months, 5 is the correct answer. Yeah, one more month, 1 more minute. Correct or wrong, no, don't worry. Just give the signals, the how many of them are actually listening to the lecture. Okay, thank you. Yeah, number of them silent observers. Thank you. Only 30 seconds are there. If you are none of them are anyone who are unable to answer, you can answer it. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, I think I hope you all of them are answering, so I will count all the numbers. So who are answering my questions? Okay, thank you. Okay, we take the records. Thank you for answering the questions. Okay, thank you. So normally it will increase by the 2 because we are making the project history in this particular data frame. We are including the two more columns here. The earlier it has the 11 columns. How many columns? 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 11 columns. If we are adding 2, it will be the 13. Project to value. Project. No, it should be the project value. No, it should be the project. Capital V. History is not the project. Restore. So we normally do what if any problem comes up in here. We can see that what's the issues which we are avoiding that project history. So you can see that sometime if any spaces are there, it will not allow you to do that, and we are making the new 2 columns there. The first 2 columns are there, it will be displaying there. So after that, what we can do that convert to the data. So this is what what's the type of the data? It's a PD data. So we can make the PD data frames in a later phase. For example, so if you are making the commencement date, you know the commencement date of the project. So you can see and paste it here. So work commencement date